All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I just want to show you something that you're going to need for today. I'm going to show you how to take notes as we enter our lecture and where you're going to find that information. So this is your home Google Classroom page. Again, some of you, you're only going to have one tile. For others of you that are in multiple classes using Google Classroom, you're going to see multiple tiles like what you see on my screen. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to click on your class period. And you'll notice that the newest thing that I posted looks a little bit different, okay? So you can find this in the materials here in your stream, or I apologize for the dogs barking in the background, or you can go up to classwork, okay? If you click on classwork, you'll notice that it says notes, unit 1, times are changing. So that's the name of our first unit. We're gonna kind of review some of the stuff that you guys have talked about, looking at ancient civilizations and the dark ages, and then we're going to get into our new stuff. So every time that I add a new set of notes, I'm going to add it to the unit materials here. Okay, so again, if you're not sure how to find it, you go to classwork. Okay, it may or may not be at the top every time, but it's going to look different. It's not going to be orange, so it's not something you have to turn in, and it's going to have like this little bookmark on it. So your first set of notes, well, let me explain this. So normally in our regular classes, I give you guided notes every day. These are not assignments, okay? You have the option to do them or not do them. I strongly encourage you to do them. Again, if you ask any student who has taken my class before, do the notes. Especially in the distance learning format, you're going to be able to use these notes for any assessment that we do. So any test, any quiz, it's going to be open note. And I take questions straight off of the material. Okay, so if you've taken the notes, you'll be in a good spot. So this is a PDF. So when you click on it, you'll notice you're not going to be able to type into it. So this is the same thing that we've done with every single worksheet type thing that we've had. You'll notice that up at the top, it's got the title of the unit. It's got some of the content that we're going to cover. And then right here at the top says U1L1. That means that we're in unit 1, lesson 1. And we're going to be looking at Renaissance Reformation. Okay, but like I said, you can't type into this one. So just like always, you're going to go to annotate with Kami. Okay. Now, we should be super familiar with Kami by this point, but if not, you need to make sure that you have your typing function on. I would encourage you, just like always, to pick a colored font, and I would encourage you to maybe drop your font to like a 12, like a size 12 font. And then what you're going to do is you're going to attempt to type into it. Here's the deal. Because of how the materials section lets me post stuff, you're going to have to create your own copy. Okay, so this is going to do the same thing that me making you a copy would do. So if you click create a copy, what's going to happen is it's going to open up a new one. And you'll notice now at the top, it says my name in the title of the document. So it should say your name at the top. And now all you should have to do is click and type. So as you're taking notes, you're going to have this open. Now, just a quick refresher on how to do our dual screen function. Okay, so let me turn off some of my functions that make it hard for me to do that. Okay, so let me minimize all this stuff, okay? All right, so remember that we set up multitasking mode in our last class. So to be able to put this into a separate tab, you have to make it all the way big. And you're gonna click the bar and you're gonna drag it over till you see that invisible box, okay? Let it go. And then it's gonna give you the option to open up another tab. For us, we are going to want to open up the Teams group app. Okay, so the place where you see my screen. We're going to pretend that what I'm clicking on is Teams. Okay, so now you should have you should be seeing, if this loads, you should be seeing my PowerPoint presentation and our Teams meeting on this screen. Okay, so oops. So you should be able to see what's happening in the class on this side. Sorry, it's reversing the camera. So you should be seeing it on this side of the screen, and at the same time, you can type into your notes, okay? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to lay it out this way. You can have your notes on the other side. You can do whatever you want. You also have the option to, if you want to print these out, or if you just want to take notes in a notebook, that's fine. just know that any quizzes that we have, like it's literally going to be from your notes. So it's going to be easiest if you can figure out a way that you're comfortable with it to take the notes on these documents. It's going to automatically save these notes to your Google Drive. And so you're always going to be able to find them. Okay. So before we start class, this is where I want you to get. And actually, let me minimize some stuff. So let me show you where I really want you to be. So you should have Teams on this side. So Teams over here, and you should have your notes on this side. Okay. Or you can switch them, whatever you want, but those are the two things that you should have open. So you should be seeing what's happening in class on one side, and you should have your notes open on the other. Okay, so this is where I want you to be in these first 5 minutes of class, so that we can get rolling and ready to go, and we can actually hit some content today.